Right, everyone, welcome to this little presentation of the new update. You've just seen the trailer. You're gonna see it once again at the very end. But I would like to give you let's call it a tutorial on how to use the new commands, the new possibilities that you have as players. So first of all, let's begin with the jewels themselves. I will challenge myself. You will not be able to do this. Of course, I am, because I can do anything. The other player will be tagged. It's important if you want to challenge another player. The player should be in the same location as you, of course. You've got several different locations. I'm going to show you at the very end. The player needs to be pinged. The player needs to know about this. I think there is a 2-hour window in which the player can accept or decline the challenge. If they, of course, accept, the duel begins. The admin team is notified and they can start GMing the fight for you. I'm gonna accept. If I do, we're gonna see the rules. All the rules will appear here. They are a little bit updated from the time that you've seen the testing, duel over here in Sarlex Moor between Sera and Saskar. Most important for you, if you're not one of the duelists, you can of course bet on the winner. You can pick either the challenger or the defender. In Sarlex Moor, there is no fear of getting injured at all. It's just about money. In the future, I want to use the Sarlex Mall, the Guilds Arena, to some more things you're gonna see in the future. But we've got more arenas around the universe. If you open up the locations for each of our little rims or sectors, you can see this little drop of blood, and that will tell you where another arena is located. So in the outer rim, it's Nar Shaddaa. In mid rim, it's in Kashyyyk, and lastly in the core worlds you can find it on Alderaan. Alderaan doesn't exist anymore, you know that. Alderaan is special. You're gonna see why if you go there, if you will want to try this out. There's also the second part of this update, the one that took me the most time, of course. It's the gambling. If you type in gamble in any of our casinos, you're gonna see a selection of games. It's gonna be different for every casino, but you can pick from those games, and it's another way for your characters to, well, get some money, but also lose some of it, of course, if they're not lucky. It's not all based on luck. You're gonna see in a second. I'm gonna show you quickly, super quickly, what all of these options offer you and your characters, of course, what you can do, and so on. Let's begin with the Jubilee wheel. This is a simple wheel of fortune. Let's bet 4,000 credits on number 6. What else? There's just 10 possibilities. I didn't want to go with 100. Doesn't make sense. It's just too much. And we lost. We of course lost. That's 1 in 10. That's why the possible bets are so high. If you win, you're gonna triple it. If you lose, well, tough luck, of course. Creature fight. I think this is a fun one. You can bet some lower amounts of money. 5-minute cooldown on this, so play wisely. Let's bet 400 credits. We've got a Rancor against an Ogdo. Ogdo, I'm sure you know from the Jedi games. What's important with the creature fights and with the droid fights is to look at all these attributes that they have. You need to compare them and use some statistics, super simple statistics. You need to pick the creature, either the one that you like or the creature that you think has greater chance of winning this fight. If you can see the creature's power, of course the Rancor's power is the biggest one in the game, but its stamina and agility is very small. Ogdo, on the other hand, has much greater stamina and agility, so in my opinion, it should win. Let's pick Ogdo and let's see. Before we see the winner, one attribute is chosen at random and is compared. The bigger one wins, of course. And we won with Ogdo, of course. And what decided it was the agility. So let's look, of course, agility 3 against Rancor's agility of 1. Terrible, terrible luck for our little Rancor. Let's bring up the selection once again. Pazak, I'm gonna show you at the very end. Droid fight, exactly the same, but with droids. I heard from our admins that it's cooler looking than the creature fight. Try it out for yourselves. Chance cube, let's go with this one. This is super simple. You can choose from these bet values. Let's, of course, bet the biggest one. And then you can choose. And we won with blue, beautiful. We won 2000 credits back. Let's go for Pazak. I'm sure many of our Knights of the Old Republic players know and love. The goal here, it's a little bit different than what you may know from the games. The goal here is to get as close to 20, but you can go over. We call this version the Hunter's Pazak. Let's begin. I'm gonna quickly show you the gameplay. You will need to figure out how to best play in the future. And we also have 3 different difficulties. This one is the easiest. Then we've got medium and hard. You will discover yourselves what's the difference. So we've got 5 turns. We are on turn 1. We've gotten number 6 as our first card. Let's go with the second one. We got number 1, 7 in total. Let's continue. We're given 4, okay, so that's 11 in total. Turn 4 is special. This is the last turn where we can use one of these 4 correction cards. If we use them, either of these, all of them will disappear for us. We will not be able to use them. Our hand is very low at this point. Once again, we need to get as close to 20 as possible, and we only have 5 turns. So let's go. Let's go. You know what? +3. Let's see what happens. We've got, of course, 15. And let's get our last card. Let's see what we get. 22, 18. Luckily, in this easy mode, we do win the ties. This is a tie, of course. It's 2 from 20 for both of us, but we win the ties. So we just won 200 credits back. Beautiful, isn't it? And lastly, let's look at swoop racing. Once again, 3 different tracks, not difficulties, but tracks. In this game, we will play the shortest one. There's always a 50 credit enter fee. Not more, not less. Swoop racing is different from all the other games. You need to place on the leaderboard. If you do, you will get 2000 credits. If you have the best time on the track, you will get 5000 credits. At the beginning, I'm sure most players will quickly get to the leaderboard, but then it's gonna get super hard to get on the leaderboard. So do it quickly, and then you can just play for fun. That's why the enter fee is so low. I think this might be fun, same as Pazak, but in Pazak you can always win. In swoop racing, I'm pretty sure people will win at the very beginning, and then the tracks and the times will get to the possible human limit that very few people will get money from this. And of course the goal is to get the best time possible. You will on random be prompted to either jump or boost. If you do it as quick as possible, as you can see, this was my time of pressing the button. If you do it as quickly as possible for every single prompt, you will get the best time possible. Of course, we played with the other admins, and I'm sure I won't be able to place on the leaderboard anymore. But let's see, 33.5, and I did, and I won 2000. Where am I? One of these is me. Let's see exactly, 33.538. Okay, number 8 for me. Beautiful. And Princess Leia is giving me some nice little medal for it. And what I would say is the best part of the update for everyone are the pod races and fader races. I've already typed in the comment, it's /race. It will create this little circuit for you, circuit track, where you can pick any of these racers. You can bet on them, you can choose the value of credits you want to bet, and you can also help them with your glitter stims. Every glitter stim has a chance to help your racer. When the time runs out, it just did, for your betting, you can see, you can actually watch the racers compete on the track itself. Let's see what happens. I didn't bet on anyone, enough losing of credits for myself today. Let's see who wins. Seems like number 4. It's close, and it was number 1 in the end. Okay, so some great competition in the end. It was number 1. It's exactly the same for Fader Racing, only the icons are a little different. I'm gonna quickly show you how to find out where you can gamble. It's this little icon of a, I think it's a Japanese card in ASCII or in Unicode. Search for this. In the outer rim, you can see you've got some gambling on Cantonica. There is also the Faithier circuit, then on Nar Shaddaa, and then on Tatooine. Then in mid-rim, you can gamble on Bracca, and lastly, in the core worlds, you can gamble on Coruscant. So these are the updates. I really hope you will like this. I really hope that you will be happy with what you can see and what your character's new possibilities are. Right now, let's see the trailer once again, and then you can gamble and you can duel your other playmates as much as you like.